Welcome to the Binary Academy's Google Cloud Platform GCP Bite-Size playlist. In this video we are going to cover downgrading or upgrading your machine. We have tried several of the machines and some of them didn't appear to work. We are not saying they won't work for your environment, they just didn't for ours. We put all of our videos out as open source because we believe that knowledge should be shared and improved as it circulates. If they help you, then that is great. If you are subscribed, then as soon as Google Cloud makes yet another change you will be kept updated as soon as we have figured out the change. The restore option is now on version 3 since we started using GCP. We shall also run some tests in Google Chrome's developer console to see how different machines perform. Load the page that you want to check in Chrome. I usually use an incognito tab to have less extensions operating in the background, possibly affecting the page load speed. Press the F12 key on your keyboard to open the console. Here we can run several tests, one of those being the largest contentful paint. Let's press F5 to check what we get with a fresh test whilst the screen appears to be replicating a mobile device. A good test is to see what the environmental settings are. You can use the device toolbar and configure throttling to simulate real user environments and identify more performance issues. Just from the initial load of the Chrome developer tools we saw 3 different scores. Let's see how the recommended 4x slowdown on the CPU throttling and network slow 4G affect the results. It made the LCP 3 times slower, which is poor, but if you stress building your site with caching tools etc., the pursuit of speed can actually break your site. These are obviously just browser tests. Do be sure to carry out real-world tests. Buy an old smartphone to run these tests. So without further ado, let's head over to my place of worship, Google Cloud Console, and log in. Once there, select Compute Engine, then VM Instances, and select your machine. I will show you how to quickly identify what machine is being used and your associated static IP address. You can also check your static external IP address in VPC network/IP addresses. To complete this task, your machine needs to be stopped. There are several ways you can stop your machine. You can either stop your machine by selecting the stop button at the top of this page, or you can select the box next to your machine and click the stop button at the top, or the 3 dots and click stop. You can see that the machine has stopped as it has a gray circle with a square in the middle. You need to click on your machine and then click the edit button. On this screen we see that there are many different machine options. I shall upgrade to one that I checked earlier that had much better scores in Chrome Dev Tools, and then after the site is back up I shall pause the video for 10 minutes to allow it to bed in, then run the Chrome Dev Tools again. After that I will show you how to determine the approximate cost of my new machine. I would advise you to carry out these cost checks first, but I am just plowing on through as quickly as possible to not waste your time. Once your machine is upgraded, you need to restart it. Once it has started, open Incognito and load your site. It can take a little minute to bed in. Leave for 10 minutes or so, then run the tests again. I know before showing you the way to discover the approximate costs that my first medium machine is around $25 and the new one is around $65. Will a 160% increase be of any performance benefit? I shall do a quick date and time check and leave it alone for 10 minutes. Oh look, it is Christmas Eve 2024. Living the dream, people, living the dream. The LCP is at 1.98 seconds, which is good. 0 cumulative shift. Let's try some quick throttling tests whilst we are here. The throttling has slowed it down to about the same as the other machine. Let's run it with no throttling, then give it a 10-minute rest. The medium machine was running at around 2 seconds and this one is under 1 second. So a decent improvement on first appearances. Time check, then gonna leave it a bit longer because got to pop out for a bit. Sod's law there for you. I ran several tests before hitting record, they were all under 1 second. It was on 0.90 and then the harbinger of doom put in an appearance. See 0.88 now. WordPress is like the digital kids and animals. With every result being different, it just goes to show the tests aren't really that important when compared with real-world tests on real devices. Two hours later and it isn't much different really, so going to downgrade again. We'll go back down to E2 machine at $25 or so. Thanks for watching. Any questions, pop them in the comments and I will answer what and when I can.